Hello, hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Lotus, Lotus the Sage. I appreciate your time, so thank you for being here. So today's pick a card reading is going to be your next 72 hours. So it's pretty straightforward. We're going to figure out what that might be for you. We have 3 piles as per usual. For the first pile, we have Ansuz. Pile 2, 𝘠𝘠𝘢. And pile 3, 𝘠𝘠𝘤𝘢, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So my loves, we're going to look at, as I said, the next 72 hours. I'm breaking them down into 3 segments of 24 hours. So the first 24, second and third, some guidance and some motivation to get you through these next 3 days. All right, my lovelies, again, it's a timeless reading. Please use these messages as they resonate. Do not take all the messages if they don't apply. Only use what fits. Do not make it fit. Again, sending you so much love. I'll see you at your choice. Ciao. Welcome, my beautiful pile ones who chose Ansuz. Side note, energies, guys, right before I started, like, chaos ensued. Jeez, it was so flustered and frustrated. First, all the boxes of the decks that I'm using, they're at the side on the side table to my left over here. And I guess my knee hit it and all the cards fell out. All the pre-grouped cards that I selected fell. They all fell in their own rows, but like fell. I was like, crap, my light got unplugged. Like, it was chaos. And then I started getting like text messages from a friend that was like, they sent it in like 8 text messages. Like, really, they could have sent it in 1, and they said like ding, 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 ding. I was going nuts. So I had to calm down, even though I don't sound calm. But I had to calm down, clear the energy. So I'm not entirely sure if that has something to do with you or if it's just my chaotic energy. So I've tried to clear out as much of mine as I can. But with Ansuz, it talks about signals, signs. It's talking about messages. It also talks, also associated with the god Loki and trickster energies, but it also references that you can still gain wisdom from not so savory characters, so to speak. So there might be some sort of overall theme when it comes to the next 72 hours. So let's find out what the first 24 hours of the next 72 hours may turn out for you, may look like for you. First, we got 𝘠𝘚𝘚. And Grace. So my loves, 𝘠𝘚𝘚 talks about tradition. It talks about money specifically, but it, more specifically, I should say, talks about what you inherit and from your ancestors. So it can literally be about an inheritance, and it doesn't have to be specifically from your living ancestors is what I'm referencing. So keep an open mind when it talks about inheritance, but fit it into your life as it applies. So it feels like the first 24 hours, the dragon Grace is asking you to, Grace comes up in a reading when you are feeling a sense of lack of self-worth, and this self-worth this self-worth may have to do with inheritance, money, stability, foundations, home life, all of that stuff. So there might be this resurgence of emotions that have to deal with these particular battles that you may have with yourself. And if we're also bringing in Ansuz with 𝘠𝘚𝘚, it's like looking out for these messages or the trickster energies, the relationship. It also talks about blood ties. That's the word I was looking for. I couldn't find it in my head. That's why I was stuttering so much. Blood ties. So again, there's a sense or a need to either eradicate, is the word that they're giving me, some sort of structure or process of doing things that you've adopted from they're telling me your 3D ancestors, and they're wanting you to tap more into your 5D and above ancestor gifts. I hope this is making sense. But she wants you, Grace wants you to give some more love and compassion, some more understanding to yourself, to self-love, to know that you're worthy. And I think you're going to be battling possibly with that, as well as whatever this material inheritance money thing is for you. So emotionally, you're going to be feeling, or you have been feeling, I should say, a little bit of lack or not seen or not appreciated in some way. Either way, your sense of self-worth, is not strong at the moment. I'm having a very difficult time with you guys. It's so interesting that the energy is very chaotic. It's very spread out. It's frustrating. It's flustered. It's... wow. Okay. Well, let's see what the tarot has to add, my lovelies. Your first 24 hours, hey? Okay, so we have first, prosperity begins. Destiny with the Wheel of Fortune. This is the Ace of Pentacles, And then wisdom with the Hierophant. These are your guidance cards at the end, just so you know. I will show them to you later. So, my love, the first 24 hours, there is a new opportunity for you to re-examine and re-look at, again, this ancestral, this destiny, this cycle that you may have been in, this blood tie of sorts. And now, with this Hierophant, gaining the wisdom that you need from that, understanding why you have maybe perceived yourself in a way, or maybe you have just felt, or you've been put in a place within this dynamic that makes you feel less than. And I feel like they're giving me the more of the unconventional Hierophant energy. Like if it was in the reversed in the traditional tarot, that's how they're making me read this energy. It feels like there's a deconstructing to reconstruct your own temple. That's how they're wording it. And the more unconventional you can be about your way of going about it, your way of discovering that you are worthy and always have been. It's like this deep acceptance of what is around and what is within you. And you reconstructing that for something better. I feel like it's beautiful. I think you do gain some wisdom from or understanding. I really feel like it's an understanding about yourself from your past by observing. And this new opportunity to do so, again, to sit in grace, to stay in grace, and Grace's energy, is what allows you to move forward or to get out of this particular cycle that you've been in. When it comes to this energy of self-worth or not feeling somewhat seen. I'm getting a sense of dismissed. That's what the energy is like. They're just dismissing your energy in some way. Interesting. Okay, let's get into the second 24 hours. Of course, we're going to tie these all together. Wow, you have 𝘂𝘅𝑒𝑠, which is the rune for pile 3, which is interesting. And 𝘂𝘅𝑒𝑠 talks about constraints, naturally difficulties, obviously references to time, days, naturally time, days, minutes, the flow of life. It's about accepting destiny, being disciplined and focused. And then the healer. And this healer dragon talks about, even though you walk your talk, you're not giving yourself, or you need to remind yourself that you need rest also. That you need to give back to yourself, that you're not a bottomless pit. Maybe that has to do with some of the greed that's within this first 24 hours of what I'm getting here. Time, destiny, fate. certain constraints that are around it, you needing to heal the energy within yourself too, because you might be giving too much to this to try to be seen in some way or try to be heard, to find an equal balance in some way. It also, you know, if we're looking at both of these together, there's a feeling of there's been like a holdback or how do I say this? A delay when it comes to healing this particular matter in this particular bloodline or this blood tie. And I feel that's why the healer dragon has come up for you in the next 24 hours and the 48 hours, is to, again, once you've recognized this, and again, this understanding, you see, oh, I get it now, or I see where this is playing in, or I understand where I may have been giving too much, etc., or looking for the wrong thing from the wrong, looking for the right lies, looking for the wrong thing from the wrong people. So healer dragon is just like, it's time now for you to step back, is what I'm feeling. Interesting. Let's get some more tarot. You have the universe with the world. Oops, excuse me, I'll show it to you since it already flipped. Fulfillment of wishes. Like how the colors match too, hey? And the authority with the Emperor. So again, this even echoes into like that energy I was feeling at the very beginning, right? Of that frustration and bothered energy, like the constraint, nathos. Anyways, so what I'm feeling here, my lovely, in the 48 hours, what happens is there's like a completion, again, an understanding, like I felt, a healing energy because of awareness of something. I feel like you discover something. There's an epiphany moment of sorts, small or large, does not matter, but it's because you allowed yourself to sit in grace that gave you this new opportunity to see a situation from a different perspective. And then the next 48 hours, it's again about this time, about destiny, about fate, about the constraints of things, the difficulties within things, how things have been playing out, the cycles of things, that you end up looking back on how you played a role in this particular cycle. You heal that perspective. Again, the cycle of that completes for me in this feeling of the universe that leads you into that 9 of Cups. Fulfillment of your wishes in your own authority, standing within your own power. This feels not Grace's energy, but I mean your soul resonance in this first 24 hours feels a little disempowered. And in the 48 hours, I'm like, this is a big boss up when it comes to its energetic reverence and feeling. That's amazing. Love that. Let's see what your 73rd hour, 73rd, your 72nd hours are gonna look like. Redo. Well, I can't speak for you guys today. It's so nuts. And Actress. Wow. So Rado talks about movement, travel, messenger also. Forward movement. It for me tends to I think about it as good news coming in, sort of surprise news. Travel, it's similar to a chariot kind of energy. It can be a physical or symbolic, this travel energy, but to me it feels a little bit of both. Like it just means like you're energetically moving away from this situation or this energy that you've been in. And let's say, for example, it is your family. It's just like there's a less of an attachment there as opposed to how it was feeling before. It doesn't necessarily mean that you don't talk to them again, even though it can be for some. It's like Rado is an increase in self-awareness and self-esteem, like I was talking about, inner balance, this evening out here, you know, and that's what you find in that. And that Actress energy is the third dragon, is the only dragon I'm going to read from the book for. And this dragon in particular has a strong affinity with the Arcturians and the Atlantean dolphins, if I'm not mistaken, seventh golden ray energy. And I'm going to read from the book for that because that was the goal for the 72 hours for me. So it feels like so far that you create this movement. There's, again, understanding, recognition, healing what you've understood, now moving forward with that energy. It's freaking lovely. So let's read 𝘃𝘚𝑚𝑒𝑠 for you with number 17. Look at that. Open it right to the page. That's amazing. Do I want you to read the whole thing? All right. Okay. 𝘃𝘚𝑚𝑒𝑠, I think I'm saying that right. 𝘃𝘚𝑚𝑒𝑠 connects with the Arcturian civilization and peacekeepers of galaxies. This beautiful dragon announces himself to me by stating, I am the dragon 𝘃𝘚𝑚𝑒𝑠 of the 7th golden ray dimension. I am kin to the Atlantean dragons, it was the dragons, not the dolphins, who were 7th dimensional, but chose to work with the 5th dimensional beings of the Atlantis and oversee the raising of the vibration of the 7th dimension. If 𝘃𝘚𝑚𝑒𝑠 has joined your reading today, heed his words. The time has come for you to begin integrating with the 7th dimensional golden ray energy and initiate the process of anchoring its frequency into your being. This will enable you to shift the old layers of 3rd density energy and release it naturally. It heralds the next phase of your incredible journey. Holding a clear vibration allows us to view the world without judgment, be at ease with ourselves, and let go of negativity. By accepting 𝘃𝘚𝑚𝑒𝑠 in your life, you are acknowledging you are ready to shift old DNA coding, look at this, and integrate the high vibration into your life. This is exactly what we've been talking about and what they've been talking about. I love how that sums up in that 3rd day. How fortuitous that it's like a 3-day cycle, you know? Well, this is what we're looking at, but still, that's a really great progression in 3 days is what I'm saying. Which means that this first 24 hours is critical for you in the most positive way. It's like, it does a lot. It's like you discover a lot, and you sit with it. If you can sit with that energy, I'm telling you, this is beautiful. Okay. Oh my goodness. When I say chaotic, right? I'm telling you, this first 24 hours is going to be nuts. You got to let me know about what this first 24 hours is like, because it feels crazy boots to me. Shoot, okay. Intuition, which is, which is the High Priestess. And then you have Solitude with the Hermit, all major arcana. And then you have Firm Foundations with the Four of Pentacles. I think this is a beautiful energy to step into, especially with those major arcanas coming out first. Like you, again, acceptance of what 𝘃𝘚𝑚𝑒𝑠 said to you, deep acceptance, understanding oneself, loving the journey, going forward with it, tapping into that vibrational frequency to shed old DNA coding, all of that stuff. This intuition is here. You're in that phase, right? In that 3rd day. And then, again, the beautiful wisdom of that hermit, it's like, I feel like a serenity. Coming back into that grace energy is actually what I'm feeling in this particular hermit's vibe now. With, again, building a firmer foundation for yourself. You know, planting in that, I guess, better seeds, you know, from this original opportunity. It's like, whatever I'd learned, like, whatever seed that this is now, like, this is what you're nurturing now. You know, what you discover is what you're nurturing now, my loves. And it's a wonderful cycle to begin is what this is what 𝘃𝘚𝑚𝑒𝑠 said to you. It's a beautiful cycle. So these next 3 days for you, my lovely, are going to be very much a roller coaster. This is like the holy shit, first day, boom, dives right down. And then you sit in this beautiful energy and you understand and you discover, you come back out like running, you know, like it's, that's what I'm getting. Like that's your trajectory underneath your deck. Look at this. Spiritual union, deception and envy, 3 cards, and then harmony. Look at this. That spiritual union for one with yourself, with the 7th ray, with the Arcturian energy. especially if that really resonates for you, being connected with that particular star system or star family, I should say. And this deception and envy, when it comes to this energy, is what I'm feeling here, that has all been resolved within you in some way. And whatever this, again, this inheritance of whatever that is, there's something about that I can still feel, but I don't think that you're not attached to it in the same way that you were. And then again, that creates that harmony with the lovers. How beautiful. Beautiful. I love that for you. Let's get your closing messages, 𝘠𝐺. Your motivation, your manifesto for the next 3 days. You can pause if you like. I will read it to you. What should I finally face in my life? What truths or realities are preventing my growth and happiness? What could I do about it right now? How can I better connect with this moment so that I can master what the hour demands of me? Wow. Wow. Pretty much all of the questions that we have addressed here, and I'm pretty sure what you're going to go dive into as you heal all that out. Then you have number 34, 𝘠𝘠𝘠𝘠, truth. This is freaking awesome. 𝘠𝘠𝘠𝘠's element is water. So 𝘠𝘠𝘠's story is a little like, she was a wife of a god, and obviously he had many, not obviously, but he had many wives, and not easily satisfied, so his head would turn very easily. She was fed up with it, so she lived in her truth, took her own lover, and became her own best friend. That's her energy. So again, get real. What is your truth? Being able to hear the truth and matters just as much. So what is the truth of the situation? What is your truth? Remember that we all have triggers. Think before we speak and listen with compassion. Be gentle and stay calm in truth-telling conversation. The truth is your friend. That's beautiful. So my lovelies of pile 1, your next 72 hours, like I said, are going to be a roller coaster, but I feel like yours is a very beautiful roller coaster. Very dramatic in the beginning, but it's a beautiful flow and a ride if you can get onto that horse, you know, or get off the horse, or not even get off the wagon and get on the horse. Like, it's almost like that. Like, I'm not sure, but yeah, like, don't be driven. You're the one who's riding now, you know, like that's the energy. Oh, my beautiful collective, I hope this was helpful. If it resonated in any way, please let me know. I'd love to hear about it. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, ciao. Welcome, my 𝘠𝐺 who chose 𝘓𝕬𝕬𝕟𝕬𝕬. So, my beauties, 𝘓𝕬𝕬𝕟 talks about aggression. It can be specifically through the mouth. It's like wind energy, so air energy. It's about unpredictability, unexpected things. 𝘓𝕬𝕬𝕟 usually helps us become more aware of our deepest impulses, especially in moments of crisis and change. So I wonder if that might be the theme for your next 3 days. But let's get a chance. Wow. Let's get a look at what your first 24 hours will be like, 𝘠𝐺. So you have 𝐸𝑤𝑎𝑠, and 𝘬𝑚𝕦 matriarch. Pretty she is. Okay, my loves. Wow, there's a theme going on when it comes to releasing old coding. So 𝐸𝑤𝑎, is their traditional card of death in the runes. But this particular, there's a resilience to this death. There's a strength that this person could get out of this situation if they wanted to, or if they saw the way out or looked at it from a different way. Sense of obscurity, you know, it asks us to tap into our courageous introspective energy, helps us to examine and overcome, again, our deepest fears. And the 𝘬𝑚𝕦 matriarch specifically talks about healing ancestral cords or DNA coding or patterning from the mother line, from the matriarchal line in particular. Because pile 1 felt a little bit more masculine line, but it didn't matter. So what it feels like here in the first 24 hours, again, how beautifully fitting that you're going to be able to find a way to end this particular cycle with Avery. You know, this matriarchal cycle that's been going on that you no longer have to hold on to because it was never yours to begin with. Whatever cords have been tied to you in some way, it is now time to release it. It is the end of it. I like that, pile 2. I like that. Let's get some tarot. We have the shadow. I'll show this to you in a sec, which is the moon. My tongue is a little bit twist-tied today. Not really sure why. Did not check where the planets were. They told me to put them back. Mercury for me must be somewhere weird because, like, I feel like my tongue is like lazy and can't articulate anything. Okay, so we have the shadow, which is the moon. Then we have rejoice and celebration, 3 of Cups in the reverse. And then we have love begins, Ace of Cups in the reverse. Wow. So like we said here, the shadow aspect, the shadow card being the moon energy, which also talks about the feminine aspect of archetypes when it comes to the tarot in particular too, and just in general when it comes to feminine energies. So again, bringing this up, like coming to face the shadows of these past ancestral cords. Again, when it comes to celebration, like the 3s, I'm getting a sense of 3s, but I'm getting a sense of family in particular with this. Like the disharmony of what had been going on does not need to continue now. It's like there's no longer a need to pour into that energy anymore. Whatever it is that you have been doing, they're giving it to me in the way of how you connect in general. They're wording it to me like there's a particular emotional crutch from the matriarchal line in your lineage. There's a neediness that may be attached to some friendships. There's a particular role, quote unquote, as they're saying it to me, that the female is supposed to be. That, again, all these things that I'm mentioning are things that need to be dismantled, to step away from. It is no longer, it was never yours to carry. Never. I want one more card. I wasn't going to do that, but I'm a little curious about this 3 of Cups energy. Yeah, exactly. It's emotional loss. Like, it's the 5 of Cups here. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm feeling. I just want to make sure, because sometimes I feel like I could be giving you a little bit more of a variety in certain instances, but Spirit always tells me just to stick to the main story of what you're feeling. I don't know why I'm telling you all of this, but this is what's going on in my brain right now. So my lovelies, so what's going on in your first 24 hours? Like I said here, there's a confrontation with the self and with the matriarchal energy within yourself and or within an environment or dynamics. There is an end to this cycle now, or there's going to be a recognition of what needs to end. How it has been playing out, certain areas of your life where that aspect of you has been a part of this particular chain that has been connected to you from your ancestors, that you had been pouring into for a very long time is what I feel, or long enough is what they're giving it to me, long enough. And you no longer need to feed into that because it is, again, a continuous loss for you. Like, that's what it feels like. It just keeps being a loss for you. There's no real gaining in this particular cycle. So don't feed it anymore. All right, let's get your next 24 hours. You have Perthel, and ℕ𝘤𝘢. Wow, talk about divine feminine energy all over the place in your reading. ℕ𝘤𝘢 is an earth dragon, and ℕ𝘤 talks about taking risks, initiation, and references you cannot reach your goals without taking a risk, finding the courageous energy to step into this new phase that they want for you with earth dragon with ℕ𝘤𝘢. My apologies, pile 2. I had to pause it for a second. My candle was about to spill over. I had to get an extra little holder. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, getting back into your reading. So, my lovely, for your 48 hours or your second day, we talked about that risk. ℕ𝘤𝘢 being that earth dragon. He actually references about slowing down. It's about addressing your fast-paced life or a certain area of your life that's too fast-paced. And they brought me back to this Rejoice in Celebration card in the reverse. Maybe there have been a little bit more escapist tendencies or energies to, that are connected to the matriarchal line. Maybe that is alcoholism or some sort of escapism to... That's what ℕ𝘢𝘢's bringing me to anyways. So I feel like I think you're ready is what I'm wanting to say. I think that you're ready now to step out of the cycle that you've been in and to take a risk into the direction and into the cycle that you want to be in, quite literally. Also, they're bringing me to, like, maybe it's, they're bringing me so many random, like, I just have to sort of piece them together. I'm just going to leave it to you guys to piece together. Like, the anger or the aggression or how you get angry or how you speak when you're angry has something to do with that matriarchal line. Again, that's for some of you for sure. Well, that was very gentle. Maybe that's what it is. Like, you need to take a gentle approach to this particular risk. Okay, so you have 7 of Cups. Choose wisely. Recognition and reward. 3 of Pentacles. And then you have the Star with hope. So I like that energy for you for sure, my loves. So second day for you is, again, about choosing the direction that you want to go in, choosing the type of risk that you want to take moving forward so that you can gain some recognition for something good, not, I want to say like a personality quirk or something like that, like being recognized almost or seen for who you are as opposed to being compared to somebody is the way that they want to word it to me. And then this hope energy, again, healing this past energy within self, within the lineage, by you breaking this particular chain and rebirthing yourself. If you can see the extra little person with inside the sun, rebirthing yourself. It's a beautiful energy to emerge into, but you have to allow yourself to take that risk and in some degree slow down in an area where you've been going too quickly or moving too fast through or in some way. But again, that first 24 hours, there's an end to something in particular. You can't even have to do with like an ending of a relationship with your mother or with a mother figure in your life. However this plays out for you, but regardless, the next 24 hours is you discovering, where am I moving now? Meaning, like, where is my next step? Where am I going to take this risk? Where have I been moving too fast, where I haven't grounded myself and sat with the energy? I must choose better this time. Better for myself and better for my energy and my ancestral line moving forward. So I feel like this recognition and reward is from your spirit team, your celestial family. And that reward, so to speak, is that hope, is that rebirthing of you, of that healing. Amazing. Let's get your third day. Oh my gosh. ℚ𝑔𝑚𝑚𝑚𝑚𝑚. Interesting. guys. The energies are nuts. I apologize if these readings are very confusing. I'll give a disclaimer in the beginning. So 𝘍𝘼𝑚𝑒, again, that energy is coming out for you now. And again, if this overall energy was that to begin with this sort of aggression and difficulties, but trying to ground in the energies of moving forward within what it is that you need, I feel like you're able now to use this particular, whatever this pent-up thing was that was making you respond in a certain way. I think you've transmuted that energy, so far is what I'm feeling anyways, to something that is more productive for the future that you're seeking. Platinum. So for the third dragon for every pile I'm reading from the book, you have number 23 here. This is talking about the alignment, right? A realignment of self, and like we talked about, this healing energy. So I feel like you're going to be aggressively moving towards this realigning of yourself, your chakra energies, balancing it all out. So Platinum says, this incredible being is the guardian of the Atlantean temples. So Atlantean energy might be significant, or extra significant, I should say. He connects to Saint Germain and is the historian and record keeper of all events during the Atlantean era. He can take you to and bestow upon you the magic encompassed in that time. His message: I am the keeper of secrets, which are as old as the universe itself. I'm here to impart this ancient knowledge to you, for yourself and others. This wisdom has been hidden for eons and forgotten by many. Now's the time for these memories to resurface and for you to acquire ancient knowledge. Like many things, these secrets have been hidden in plain view. All you need to do is ask to be reconnected to them. During meditation, Platinum will show you what to learn and recall and bring you into full alignment with new chakra energy and guide you through the chakra color system. He will make you aware of your healing potential and connect with your abilities deeply, enabling you to clear the lower vibrations of your physical and spiritual bodies, paving the way for you to become a truly awesome spiritual warrior. You might be connected to this, the pile when Platinum came out before. And this healing energy, it's really beautiful, to be honest. His energy is so, it feels really light. That's the best way I can say, but light and warm. And I feel, like I said, there's like a real push towards getting yourself into that vibration of that Atlantean knowledge energy. So technology might be, so advancements in technology or in advancements in ways to do things might be a focus for you too. All right, let's get some tarot. Heart chakra. Oh, wow. Third eye chakra. Holy moly. Especially speaking about all of the chakras that we have, you know, that are coming up, that's what comes up there. It's like the heart and the eye, the heart and the mind are now connected and moving in the same direction. You know, before it was scattered here, disconnected, or wasn't solid. You've, again, healed what that was, and the reward is that sort of healing, that better use of the 𝘍𝑼𝑚𝑒 energy to get you towards that Atlantean vibration of balancing, again, this beautiful heart energy, which is very Atlantean to me, and this third eye with this knowledge, advancements in technology, etc. And when I was clearing your cards and then shuffled before I was ready to start your reading, the Chariot came out, and it came out again for you here. Triumph, just a side note. So again, Triumph, like you're, again, all higher energy cards in this last part of your third day, you know? So there's an ease to the aggression that may come at you. You are more balanced in your heart and your mind. You are triumphant in what you know that you're going after. So you're confident, you are sure, and you're ready. Like, you're ready to go in the direction that you're seeking, you know? And it's almost like what they're showing me here is like this Hagalaz energy was like running towards platinum, and this triumph energy is not going this way. It's almost like the path would be going back this way for you guys, but you're like running towards me here, like diagonally down this way. And it's like I'm running past you. That's just one energy, and another is just that I'm looking at what I have triumphed over. That's what this main energy feels like, but I'm just saying direction of this horse. It's really like, look at where I can go past this and then go up and above and go around, you know? I don't know. Everybody's got a track today. It's so bizarre. Wow. Okay, bottom of the deck energy. You have, look at this. Look at that. Like I said, mental conflict. This is what this has been about, right? This lack of balance in some way, this disconnect that needed to happen. Then you have prosperity. I'm taking 3 cards. Prosperity begins. Again, that new opportunity. And then we have, wow, spiritual union also came out in pile 1. So look at that, right? Ending this mental conflict with yourself. The prosperity finally begins for you to move in the direction that you want, and you begin this spiritual union with yourself, with your dragons, with the Atlantean energy, my lovelies. It's freaking beautiful. Amazing. Let us get your closing messages, my loves. Your motivation manifesto for the next 3 days. Life's greatest victories are won on the fields of love. Yeah, I guess that you find that appreciation or understanding for it, or at least love of the lesson more so than than the people maybe possibly involved. But there's a great lesson in here that you learned, how to pinpoint and how to heal, and that's what feels rewarding. It's like I recognized this before it became too late. That's the feeling I get. And your goddess, look at this, Mamlambo, self-sabotage. There might have been a little bit of that in the beginning, but I think this is a reminder for you. She has to deal with a little bit. Mamlambo deals with the shadows in the bush, monsters, so to speak. She is a brain-sucking, snake-like, water-dwelling Zulu goddess of rivers. They don't want you to hold yourself apart from your blessings. What ancient pain have you been trying to stuff down, numb, ignore, or avoid? This is what this has been about, you know? What does your self-sabotage help you to avoid? And that was this energy that I think is in the first 24 hours. Your inner saboteur is clever. Seductive patterns of behavior block your path and your power. Your inner bully is the voice telling you you are messed up, the part of you that is jealous, the anger you don't know what to do with, your stuck inner procrastinator, and your toxic relationship choices. This is, again, it's a part of this matriarchal line. This is what I'm getting at here. Stop terrorizing yourself. Choose devotion to your chosen path. And pick which inspired action can take you there. Have compassion for yourself. Get out of that mental conflict. That's a beautiful ending message for you, my lovelies. To know that you got this, and they're with you the whole way. All my beautiful collective of Pile 2, I hope that was helpful. If it was in any way, please let me know. I'd love to read about it. Sending you so much love. Until next time, ciao. Welcome my Pile 3s who chose Nothiz. Okay, my loves. So Nothiz talks about time, necessity, fate, the inevitable. Also talks about the flow of time, the rhythm of nature, a sense of duty to your allies. I was going to say to your alliances. It's about discipline, focus, knowledge, information. So maybe your overall theme for the next 3 days has to do with those energies. Let's see what your first 24 hours says. Manas, nice. Definitely so far had the easiest first 24 hours. And freedom. Wow, beautiful, Pile 3. Manas talks about cooperation, a sense of union, humanity, the cosmos, It's about the totality of the world and mankind. It's like a cheerful and popular type of energy, communicative, reciprocal, and then freedom energy. Freedom dragon, excuse me, also freedom energy. It's referencing to where do you not feel stuck? Wow, where do you not feel free? Where can you allow yourself to be more expressive, to be more seen? Maybe you might be asking yourself these questions, or maybe this is how you're feeling. Free, seen, beautiful. But it feels to me like there's a need for you to be more free loving or free showing of yourself. Interesting. Let's see what the tarot has to add. Excuse me. There's also like this sense of timing at play here very clearly for you, pile 3. Like a destined timing, divine timing. They said top card. Okay, so you have sacrifice, which is a hanged man, but they said not to take it. So you have the throat chakra first, then stand your ground with the 7 of Wands, and then you have the Magician, awareness in the reverse. Yeah. So I think the first energy that or the stronger energy that I was feeling when it comes to, I feel like you need to be seen more. Maybe it's more about you speaking up, freedom of speech, to stand your ground for what your actual truths are. And maybe maybe either you've been manipulated or you are manipulating your words in a way that's not clear. Yes, I feel like you're going to want to speak your truth. You're going to have to. They're making me say have to. You're going to have to speak your truth if you want any lasting change, is how they're saying this to me. The awareness that what you desire also desires you is how they said it to me. Yeah, it can have to do with like freedom of speech. It can have like the activists. There might be a heavy emphasis in some, or a strong pull in that direction, in other words, of how your speech has been stifled or is being stifled. Interesting. Let's get the next 24. We have Ingus, I don't know, maybe that's how I'd say it, Ingus, and Soul Guardian, Beauty. So Ingus talks about protection and entry, self-confidence, inner strength, but it also talks about like a safe haven, and yet it being a boundary or a barrier that some people can't cross. It makes us disciplined and direct towards self-realization. It's about balance, stability, and strength, quite literally. And the Soul Guardian, how amazing. The Soul Guardian is technically your very own dragon counterpart. This majestic being carries all of you, all of your past, all of your experiences. You are he is you. All you need to do is listen to your inner guidance. It's time to piece your soul back together and recall all the missing parts so that you can complete this amazing picture and reveal yourself in all of your magnificence as a living being. Again, there is a freedom of self, a freedom of speech, a freedom of something, and you are protected. The Soul Guardians got you, my love. Oh, that just warmed my heart and calmed me down so quickly. Okay, 48 hours, hey? Four of Pentacles, firm foundation. No. Ah, look, sacrifice came out now. All right. So the next 24, you have Four of Pentacles or firm foundation. Then you have the Hanged Man with sacrifice. And then you have heartache and loss with Three of Swords. As they said, it is time for you to recall all the pieces, the broken pieces or the pieces, fragmented pieces back to self. To create the firmer foundation, no longer sacrificing yourself for something else, for somebody else. All the hurts and pains. She is that keeper, your counterpart. He is, excuse me. So what I feel is that there's a sense of surrendering to your soul guardian. That's what I feel. Surrender all of the fear, all of the doubt, all of the hurts, all of the pain, and please step into this. Reclaim the parts of you so that you can be your magnificent, loving, living being. Oh, wow. Okay. Third day. T-wise. I heard going with the flow, even through turbulence. And then look at that peace. I like that. Like that. I like that. So T-wise, North Star, ambition, flow. It's connected to your inner strength. Obviously, guiding the seas, astronomy, astrology could be important for you. It's a large capacity for endurance, a charming, charismatic energy, a true leader within the group. Speaking of that humanitarian energy there, right? And bringing peace to those elements within self, the rocky, the turbulent, the flowing, the control, the lack of control, all those beings back to self. It's again, following your North Star, that soul guardian. This is what happens, or this is what will be happening for you, my lovely. The soul guardian is helping you piece this together so you can follow that North Star into your peace. And for the last dragon of every every group, I should say, I'm reading that last dragon. So it's your third hour. We're going to find out what peace has to say to you. This beautiful and gentle dragon encourages us to be kind to ourselves. We frequently push ourselves too hard in our lives. Whether this is at work or at home, we forget who we truly are, and we can miss the beauty in life as we become self-absorbed. This dragon's energy guides us to an inner tranquility, helping us to feel and trust that everything is fine. Finally, we begin to see and understand the beauty and the lessons in all things. Although incredibly powerful, this tranquil dragon brings the energy of gentle bliss, like the early morning summer sun, giving us a sense of completeness we previously lacked. If she has come to you today, her message is this: allow me to pull together your scattered energies so that you can feel a sense of peace enter your soul. Every situation has a legacy, but alas, occasionally it can take a little time to appreciate or understand this fully. Let my presence help release any negative feelings, for you are truly a creator and are immensely powerful. By allowing peace to enter our lives, we enable our very beings to carry more light. We become beacons for others to follow, but in order to do this effectively, we must release our need for control. If life has been dull or you are feeling generally out of sorts, call upon peace to lift your blues. She will support you by showing you the beauty of life and help you to celebrate your experiences here on earth. But remember, you can only do this if you relinquish your need for control. When you do so, you will feel lighter, brighter, and more connected to the universe. How beautiful. All of the dragons are so fitting for you, for every pile, but like, what a beautiful symmetry and synergy between all three, trying to get you to this place where they know that you need to be shining fully you, no longer feeling broken, You're hearing that word, broken, tattered, worn out. Base chakra. Temperance with patience. Beautiful. And the Two of Pentacles with movement, choices, and decisions. That's pretty fair. So my loves, so your third day's energies, my lovelies, is you following that North Star, rooting in this peaceful energy, being patient with this alchemization within yourself before you actually make, let's say, bigger movements. It's about refining the details, your movements, the choices, the decisions that you want to make, how you want to be seen, but it's no longer about hiding away anymore, or I don't know if it's deciding on how. It's just, I think they just want you to be, just can you be who you are? And take everything that anybody has taken from you back. Please do. So, underneath your deck, you have Rejoice in Celebration, Three of Cups in the reverse, which again, this is what I'm feeling like. You weren't really celebrating who you were, or you don't feel like you were being celebrated for who you were. Then you have that Ace of Wands, passion ignited. This is within you. The soul guardian is helping you to do this, to create that firm foundation, for you to step into that North Star energy. Look at this. Foundations and achievements with the beautiful Four of Wands now. Look at that. How perfect is that? Only taking 3 cards. So you have that Ace of Wands and that Four of Wands. Again, this is a Four of Pentacles, trying to build that firm foundation. And then you get there, my lovely, after these movements, choices, decisions. You get there. You know, but you do have a thing that you need to separate from your mind about how you think about yourself or how you think that you might be viewed. Let all that go. Freedom in who you are. Shine your beautiful flag. Shine your beautiful freak flag, my lovely pal 3, whatever that might be. I love you. Your motivation manifesto for the next 3 days. We must not lose the urgency of this moment, as it begs for us to begin something grand and important. Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. I feel like you need to go on this side. I don't know why. It doesn't really matter. And then we have, I've never had this card yet. Ketesh, Sacred Lust. Dun, dun, dun. I like getting surprised. Okay. Ketesh, Sacred Goddess of Love. Sacred Goddess of Lust, Egypt. Lovers and the fire element. Ketesh is the mistress of the gods and the Egyptian goddess of sacred sexuality, ecstasy, and fertility. Her 2 men are the fertility god Min and Montu, the god of war. You are an erotic creature. You have a divine right to experience sensual ecstasy. It is sacred to give and receive pleasure. You deserve to feel good. It feels good to feel good. So allow yourself to feel good. Lean into your sacred lust. Turn up on your fire and quench your thirst. Dance with pleasure. You daring to embrace your sensuality will set the world on fire. It feels good to feel good. And I don't think you felt good in a while, my love. You have not been speaking your truth, living your truth in some way, and that full self-expression of freedom. How more free can you be besides being naked? You know what I mean? That's that energy, my lovely. So these are your next 72 hours. I hope this was helpful, and if it resonated for you in any way, please don't hesitate to leave me a message. I would love to read about it. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, thank you for your patience. Keep honoring your lives. Ciao.